Get your copy of Fire. It's definitely a must-read. If you enjoy hood books, this one is it. Just like the title of the book, it's officially Fire. Get it on Amazon, paperback or Kindle.
Always trust everyone to be themselves, but trust in the fact that you can see them well. I mean, so it's like, trust. It takes too much energy to not trust someone. I mean, it takes too much energy. You always gotta stay 2 steps ahead of them or whatever. Right. But trust them to be them.
Right. To be themselves.
Trust a snake to bite you. Right. Trust a lion to laugh. Trust a thief to steal from you. Like, trust them to be them. Too. But know them when you see them.
Let's go.
Peace. This is the enemy's public. I am Bro.Nasir. Thank you all for joining me this evening. Peace to my brother Big Dog Philly OG, my brother Marco Power, my brother Brown's Flat Power God, and my brother Mr. West. Thank you all for coming through. I really appreciate you. You tapping in this evening. This is another installment of Corrupt to the Core. I've always dealt with, the wickedness and the corruption of police officers. Yeah, we're going to deal with the wickedness and the incompetence, as if that's any surprise also. So that's what we're dealing with this evening with my latest installment of Corrupt to the Core. Excuse me, I took a little nap before I came on, and just waking up. But we're gonna handle our business this evening. Yet before we get to the subject matter, I'm gonna, of course, play some music, a few selections of music. Let me find my playlist really quick. Now, okay. Bear with me. We're going to handle this evening. Now let me share my screen. First up, we got Tahas the Genius. He's going to freestyle over a Jay-Z beat. It's pure fire, my nephew. Then I got Tahas the Genius. On Waste My Time, I got Brill, another nephew. Bad Dreams. Then I got Boom Shot by Dre Cobbs. And I got Some Dangerous Music. Let me run this back real quick.
Genius. Look. Nigga with attitude is back. Swag on 100 with an attitude to match. Heavy verse at funeral. Eulogy of raps. Got niggas like damn, it's sad the way he had to do the track. Look. Cause everything I touch, I tend to body. Shout out to the young G's coming up behind me. The young me did a bid, paid his debt to society. Bunch of niggas fled, but a couple stayed beside me. And my niggas still clutching in that lobby. Hustling and pack while they puffing on that lolly. Muzzle in the back if you suckers wanna try me. Cause I done seen the scrap turn into a fucking homie. And I know his hitters still trying to line me. So I guess I gotta melt niggas like pastrami. When I drop, they gon' shelf niggas, that's on mommies. Flex hitters first, I guarantee you gon' bomb me. Cause they never seen a flow like this, like jail food. Bet you I'ma blow up quick. I'ma keep shooting even if I throw up bricks. Cause eventually it's gonna be a show enough switch. I'm a G and I ain't never had to throw up shit. Where I'm from, my young boys gotta grow up quick. Got the game on lock since I sold up zips. Just no tie gon' shine like a glow up stick. Damn. But first I gotta tie up all these loose ends. Hard times showed me to my true friends. I've been seeing life through a new lens. Just know my motivation is a new Benz. I told her she can hang, but that dude pins. I'm rolling with the gang, bring some cute friends. But don't you get no funny ideas, cause my cousin Samir always walk around with 2 twins. I call them shits T and Tamara. Empty the whole clip, that's freeing up the barrel. Dinners with gold tips, I'm fleeing my apparel. To get rich is a road trip, that's even if it's narrow. But I'm gonna ride till the wheels fall. These niggas ain't thorough, they just feel hard. Me, I call the shots like a drill sergeant. The plug got locked, but I'm still charged. Quarterback in the pack, I'm Cam Newton. Singing, I happen to rack, my swag stupid. I've been doing this since I was a kid hooping. When you got it for this long, you can't lose it. When you got a team this strong, they can't move it. Niggas try to steal my style, but can't boost it. I'm just trying to feel my power, advance to it. It's just paper, Prezi, and tie, my clan too lit. My clan too lit. Just paper, Prezi, and tie, my clan too lit. Pixar, baby. Let's go. Look, and I don't give a damn if they shoot, cause they don't wanna see me when I start the plane in my group. These snakes creeping through my garden trying to land on my stoop, but the grass cut, guess you could say it's animal poop. While y'all was out getting high, mixing cram with the goose, I was serving this 85, mixing clam in the soup. I've been hanging in the trenches, I'm the man in the noose. If you a soldier, then why the fuck you abandon your troops? Niggas claiming they the realest while I judge them by their dealings. It's been a little minute, but you fucking with the illest. The upside is crazy, you can play the villain. If I loosen up this tie, I'll be busting out the ceiling. But they don't even get it, shit went over their head. I'm feeling like a killer, plus I'm close to the edge. If you don't wanna be the reason why they toasting the dead, let me eat, cause I'm the nigga that's supposed to get fed. When I still had a couple left, niggas still double checked and watch a nigga date, just to see if they in trouble yet. Been away for 8 and niggas still ain't start the bubble yet. Guess they in the way, my city waiting on another vet. And Ty don't mind being a savior. First I got some niggas to find, that's on my way up. My mother told me leave them alone, cause they ain't worth it. But I told her, Mom, my mind already made up. These niggas gotta feel it, yeah, I'm talking about my rap. Cause they been in my way like they was walking in my path. I hear these niggas talking about they talking out they ass. When niggas talking about Ty, that shit resulting in a blast. When I get off my shit, my niggas gotta love it. My city been going in and I'm a product of it. And after this, I better be the topic of discussion. Cause truth is you ain't gonna find out how the subject. I need that type of paper that the scholars touching. That type of daughter when you get it, you ain't got a budget. I need that type of paper that the scholars touching. That type of daughter when you get it, you ain't got a budget. Has it?
Okay, Tahas the Genius. Now we're gonna waste my time. Tahas the Genius. He got some fire and he got more coming. Can't wait to get it.
I don't wanna wait. I don't wanna wait. Don't ask me to stay. Let's do what love do. Yeah. I don't wanna wait. Just don't ask me to stay. That's not what love do. I'm ready for you. I don't wanna wait. I just wanna be safe. Let's do what love do. I'm waiting for you. I don't wanna wait. I just wanna be safe. Let's do what love do. Genius. FCLG, baby. Y'all came to talk my shit. You might not like what I gotta say, but fuck it. Either we fucking or we ain't, time to keep it frank, The way a nigga feeling, I can't cut her with no saint. Got me in my feelings cause she fucking up a rank. And I was riding every time when there was nothing in my tank. I even risked my freedom, it was bundles in the safe. When every trip for a couple hundred was coming with a tray. Can't say I wasn't on my job when something in your way. But anytime I cried the river, all my puddles went to waste. Get the fuck up out my face, Google the word embrace. Don't think of coming back until you tangle with your fate. With your procrastinating ass, by then it'll be too late. You know my body, girl, I'll probably be done finished what I ate. And I never needed shit when I was sentenced to my date. But you the type of person that could turn a bend into a break. And I told her with the next, just go and give it to him straight. But she told him he was it and sent that nigga on the chase. It couldn't be me. I'd be alive, I say that I never dived in. Had a couple moments to try and see what them vibes went. Gotta respect when she said she couldn't be an option. Cause I was feeling good at the time, but I wasn't locked in. Plus I'm popping, and all this work I've been concocting. Got my hustle brawling. Sometimes I sit in the whip and I just puff in silence. Replaying combos with my sister about my mother's logic. But that's another topic, fuck that fly shit. I'll be the pilot if I'm alone in the cockpit. Cause I don't trust the fact that these bitches gon' trust the process. And I don't trust the act, plus a nigga hates surprises. And I'm always 10 toes, I know some people despise us. I heard it from a wise man, he said they gon' try to hide it. The truth is always under the same surface the lies is. I'm dropping off deposits, ain't no time for being modest. She told me my time is now, I said I'd rather be timeless, bitch. I don't wanna wait. I can't wait around. Just don't ask me to stay. Don't ask me to. That's not what love will do. I'm ready. Love will do that shit. I don't wanna wait. Yeah. I just wanna be safe. Let's do what love will do. I'm waiting for you. I told you I'm gonna be good regardless, baby. I don't wanna wait. It's your boy Ty. Just don't ask me to stay. That's not what love would do. I'm ready for you. I don't wanna wait. I just wanna be safe. Let's do what love would do. Even if you ask me to leave, even if you ask me to leave, I'll probably stay. Hey. Even if you ask me to leave, I'll probably stay. I hope that's okay. Yeah. Cause even if you ask me to leave, I'll probably stay. I hope that's okay.
Kind of K life.
Now we got my other nephew singing a hook and spitting Bad Dreams, featuring Monstar and Jay Smalls.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm seeing these visions, stacking these 50s, these hundreds. You feel me, my nigga? I fuck with gorillas. Fingers is itching and hands on the trigger. You ain't fucking with them, ain't fucking with us. I said we gon' get them. My head is not missing, have them bouncing like Tigger. You know you don't want war, this is not what you came for. No, you ain't fucking with the young boy, that shit's unheard of. Keep a red beam on this thing, I look like a hero. I'll be knocking at your front door, this ain't a game, make a run for. About to take flight. Sipping this purple, I'm writing, I'm leaning, I'm high, you not fucking with I. Make it look easy, way I'm so greasy, believe me, you know I'm gon' ride. With that shit on my side, make the beast come alive. Send them goons to your vibe, want you dead or alive. No ferry, my nigga, I swear on my niggas, I bury a nigga, go carry a nigga. But I'm a bit iller, bitch, welcome to Thriller. Yes, we are them demons, ride around with the heater. I keep it, believe it, like Ripley's, you see it, they hit you, you blink it. Brain losing screws, I can't pick up the pieces. But Lord, I'm so nice that I leave myself speechless. You know you don't want war, this is not what you came for. No, you ain't fucking with the young boy, that shit's unheard of. Keep a red beam on this thing, I look like a here we go. Like a here we go. I'll be knocking at your front door. This ain't a game, make a run for. Run for.
Money coming in and they hating on me, but that's okay, gotta get it in. Everywhere that I go, niggas knows we MC. That's okay, gotta get it in. Man, you know that I hustle and I'm trying to get a million. And you know that I play to win. All my niggas riding with me and you know they make it kill it. Let them know that we play to win. My youngest is riding, you know how that go. Life is a blessing and I'm set to go. Stuck in the struggle, I gotta get go. Stuck in the struggle, I gotta get go. Check on your niggas and look in their eyes. None of they riding, they feeding you lies. They using your name and your ties to get by. Ain't no G-Mac and we gotta provide.
You know you don't want war. This is not what you came for. No, you ain't fucking with the young boy. That shit's unheard of. Keep a red beam on this thing, I look like a here we go. Like a here we go. I'll be knocking at your front door. This ain't a game, make a run for. Run for.
Forward thinking and I broke. Stupid leaning, lucid dreaming. I was sleeping like a Luther King and then I woke with codeine all in my dope. Chopped and screw, treating music demons like a human being in front of ghosts. I don't see no hater player. Please do me no favor, player. Hater gamer in the game, grinding, say a prayer for him on him in the morning. Nothing for him but a J up in the air with no care. Right after I fuck the day up in air. I'm prepared. Now me be on P's and Q's. Mine on turbo in my circle. You will never see a Q. Me no fool. Me accused of some fuck shit. Fuck this. I fuck shit up and leave a pool of blood and guts quick. Me to do to keep it cool and see it moves erupting. A twinkle of an eye, you see evil in eye when I rebuttal these rhymes for those who go through troubling times, for those who don't confide, suffer and die inside.
You know you don't want war. This is not what you came for. No, you ain't fucking with the young boy. That shit's unheard of. Keep a red beam on this thing, I look like a here we go. Like a here we go. I'll be knocking at your front door. This ain't a game, make a run for. Run for.
Now we're gonna go to Chi-Town to my brother Dre Cobbs. Boom shop.
There's nowhere left to hide. Where do you run to when there's nowhere left to hide? Where do you run to when there's nowhere left to hide? Where do you run to when there's nowhere left to hide?
Yeah. Where do you run when there's nowhere to hide? I'm feeling like Pop. I'm having ambitions to ride. You draw the line between the truth and the lies. I can see the hurt just by the look in their eyes. Yeah, can you feel me? You know I bring that high energy. I change me into a better me. Yeah, I had some stars that was tapped into my memory. Giving you that real cause I know you gon' remember me. Loyal to the soil cause you know I'm aboriginal. Picture me rolling through Chicago. Thinking about some friends that I lost to some hollows. Thinking about time cause I know it's all borrowed. Yeah, wishing the world peace and blessings from the ancestors. We get the message and I ain't wasting a second. Learning every day and I ain't wasting a lesson. Put this in the essence. Can you feel my presence?
Could it be between the truth and lies? What does it do for you? Hope you're better now. I'll be better soon. Hope you're better soon. I'll be better now. Cause I'm crying, falling, tripping, shaping up what I can understand. between belief and what's begotten from the truth? When it hurts, how do you find relief in alternative view? Where do you run to when there's nowhere left to hide? Can you feel my presence? Can you feel inside? Could it be between the truth and lie?
Thanks for
What
tapping
does
in,
it
brother.
do for you? Hope you're better now. I'll be better soon. Hope you're better soon. Am I better now?
Dangerous music. YouTube niggas. Featuring my brother, Greedy Vegan.
I'm a real nigga and shit, man. I keep telling these niggas, man, stop playing with me, man. Y'all niggas be taking, y'all take my brother's humbleness for a weakness. You think as a nigga and shit, you know what I'm saying, be on some chill shit, that that's an opportunity for you to just walk all over my brother, say what you want. And here's the issue. Niggas is nosy like bitches. You feel me? Niggas love to stick their nose in some shit like bitches. Niggas love to run, tell that gossip like bitches.
I've been seeing shit through night vision. That mean I see you eyes closed. I told you I would get you. Now it's time, die slow. Dangerous, the spirit of rap. I'm in the flesh. Talent is a body of work that I possess. You fucking with the wrong gun. Bet I let it speak to them up close and personal. Underneath a nigga chin, that's how you make a brainstorm. Any bad thoughts you was having, I just put it in the air, they get rained on. Niggas always doing a lot until they dead ones. Bodies get viewed in the box over these breadcrumbs. Similar to Broadway stages, shit get clapped up. They become vacational clothes, niggas get packed up. I could tell you building on lies. What the fuck for? A lion that talk to the sky. This shit a uproar. You can't get a slice of the pie. Bitch, this ain't a pizza. Tell me what it's like when you die. See you when I see you.
I'm from the old school and shit, man. Like real talk, man. I'm an 80s baby and shit, man. I still do all the old school principles and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like real talk. But on some real shit though, man, let me get right to it though. Like real talk.
On this internet, niggas who talk, they be straight soft. Catch one of them niggas slipping and blow they face off. Real shit, do it myself. I never make calls, bullshit. Fire my gun till it been laid off. Imagine what it do to your dreads, my nigga, trust me. One shot, fuck up your locks like Puffy. Point blank, all you saw, how niggas moved in. Got your shit all on the walls like school gyms. Shoulda be a movie when I step on the set. My chain glow, got me looking like a special effect. It hang low, when it shine, it be dripping respect. It gave hope to all them niggas that was wishing me death. You in a veggie state, coma, they ain't giving you hope. Cause your body's still alive, but it's missing your soul. This shit the Matrix, and no, it ain't no script for your role. Cause you ain't never pay attention to the glitch in the road.
Right, man, you try to play with me, Slim. You play with a nigga name. Like you try to put a fucking, facade out there just like I'm some type of phony motherfucker. I'm some type of fraud nigga or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm one of them snake ass niggas or something like that, dude. I've been one of the most transparent niggas on YouTube, shit. Like real shit. I ain't never had a problem with coming on this motherfucking being my motherfucking self. Like real shit. I ain't never had a problem with coming on this motherfucker and being myself with no motherfucker value shit. I'm a nigga from the street, dog. I done did time and shit, dog. You think I'm gonna let a nigga on YouTube, on the internet and shit, paint a picture as if I'm a fraud ass nigga and shit, like I'm some type of motherfucking sneaky ass nigga? Nah, I'm very transparent.
Again, family, peace. Thank you for joining me. This is another installment of Corrupt to the Core, but this episode is subtitled Wickedness and Incompetence because, and I should add the word cowardice to it also, because when you give a coward even perceived power, it goes to their head and they don't know how to manage that perceived power. And most of them punks without the belts on their duty belt wouldn't approach anybody, especially asking them what their names are and trying to exercise some perceived power over them. But it's a whole lot been going on. And if our people don't understand that our unity is more powerful than anything, especially of what we can call ourselves, we are busy arguing over microscopic bullshit when we could be, building actual building and empowering ourselves. I don't want to have a conversation unless it's about empowering ourselves. I don't want to talk about nothing else besides what can we do to empower ourselves. And not only that, when we go before other people, unless we're able to exercise power and maintain power, we're not going to get no respect anyway. It can be the absolute correct name that we're calling ourselves, but if we're powerless, we'll never get respect from anybody. But you could be in their rank and file. They're not going to respect it. How many times have we seen videos or heard of brothers in the United States armed services being drawn down on by cops? Last year, I did a video about a lieutenant who was a brother, and he was in uniform, and the cops still pulled their guns out on him and threatened him, maced him in uniform, maced a lieutenant of the United States Army, maced him in uniform over a license plate that they said they didn't see, but if you look at the video, it was very visible. Greetings, respect to the sister, Goddess D of love. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it, sis. And recently, a U.S. airman was shot and killed by Florida deputies, knocking on a man's door like they're crazy. So the brother, young brother, who is licensed to carry in a stand your ground state, the deputies knocked on his door, which turned out to be the wrong door. And when the brother came to the door with his pistol, they didn't say drop it. They just opened fire on the brother, shooting him several times, killing him. Crazy.
Was killed in a shooting by a Florida sheriff's deputy. He's been identified as 23-year-old senior airman Roger Fortson. He was in his off-base home when this happened. According to the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Department, it happened late Friday night when a deputy responded to a call about a disturbance in progress and came across an armed man. The deputy fired at Fortson later, who later died. Law enforcement called it self-defense, but attorneys for Fortson's family says there is much more to this story. They say Fortson was on a FaceTime call as this all happened. That person says that he answered a knock at the door. When nobody responded, he got his gun. The family's attorney says he was returning to the living room when police burst through the door and shot him 6 times. That witness claims the deputy was at the wrong home and Fortson was home alone. The attorney says Fortson, a graduate of McNair High School in DeKalb, joined the military after graduating with honors and has no criminal history. The deputy has been placed on administrative leave, and the Florida Department of Law Enforcement is now investigating. Civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump has taken this case. He and his team will be joining the Fortson's family for a news conference this morning as they're calling for transparency and the release of all the body camera footage.
Now they're calling for transparency. Now, we can see right through them. So it is transparent. It happens too often. And now this ranked officer, sheriff, wherever he is going to get on the rostrum and cop-splain, attempt to cop-splain all of this away. Now, they tell us to be transparent and be patient pending the investigation. But this man here claims to have all the answers pending an investigation. Tell us to be patient. Wait. But they get up here and tell us that what we heard is not true.
We simply want to assure the community of what is known at this time for the safety and for the safety of our deputies and for the community.
So while you're reading, this should be coming straight from the heart. You shouldn't have to read. Anybody who reads something is not giving their real feelings. This is a publicity stunt, a PR stunt, and that gig is up, devil.
For the community. I told Mr. Fortson's family this afternoon that they have my word. If this shooting is found to be unjustified, their son's name will be fully vindicated and justice will be served.
Now, their son's name shouldn't be dragged through the mud in the first place. He was serving in the United States Air Force. He has no criminal record. Okay, he's active duty. You came to his home, knocked on his door, and when he asked who was it, you didn't answer. I would have done the same thing. Went and got my pistol and came back to the door. If I asked you, who is it, and you're knocking on my door like you're crazy, I'm going to get my pistol and come back to the door. Well, not in my case, because I have cameras everywhere. I know. I'll have a jump on you. You come to my door like that.
Now, before we play this video.
Respect to the sister Sharon Walker. Thanks for tapping in.
All of us understand what we're about to see. And for those of you that are live streaming and don't want to watch this event because it's tragic, then I suggest you just look away for about 4.5 minutes. That's about how long it's going to take once we roll the video. But those of you that are live streaming, it's going to be on here. And after this, we will share a link to the video. But out of respect for you, whoever doesn't want to see it again, it will take about 4.5 minutes. You will see the things that I just mentioned on the video that corroborate what I've just said. Go ahead.
come by, so I'm gonna give her a quick call. She gets a better notice. So there's a fight going on or something? I was not ready for that. Yes, sir. Are they fighting or something? Okay.
But this time it sounded like it was getting out of hand.
Okay, which store?
I'm not sure. 2 weeks ago, walking by the apartment basically on this side, and I was hearing someone yell, "Shut the fuck up, you stupid B-word," all of a sudden, like right after it, but I wasn't sure where it came from. And I couldn't call it. I didn't want to call the police.
Which room is it?
1401.
1401, okay.
1401. But the girl sounded scared going at all. She said, she was like, it's getting out, it sounds like it's getting really out of hand.
So I'm sitting number 4 now. Okay. We stand out there and direct the deputy that's coming through this area?
It's fine, you're gonna go up to the fourth floor, it's gonna be on this side.
Gotcha. Three 12 111.
Peace to my brother, Key Norfolk. Thanks for tapping in, good brother.
Sheriff's office, open the door. Sheriff's office, open the door. Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! 312, shots fired. Suspect down. Do not move! 312, get to the best on location.
It pains me to show the video, but I know that you all need to see it. We look forward to FDLE's findings and the final third.
Why did he say that so fast? He didn't say that convincingly that it pained him to show the video. This is a frequent occurrence all over this country that we open our doors, and because we have a weapon, we get fired upon. A brother with a weapon is scary to them, even if it's lawfully purchased. But when they see young men who look like them in a school shooting children and teachers, they won't approach him. They'll stand down, hide behind walls, and poles and stuff, or if they're in a Walmart shooting people, you have sheriff's deputies hiding in the bushes. But someone in their home can't answer their door. Now, you don't knock on somebody's door like that. I don't care what the situation is. Not only that, when they walk to the door, did they listen and see if it was a disturbance at their door? Because they're there for a disturbance call, a fight. They went to a door where it was quiet on the inside, making a whole lot of damn noise. And when the brother came to the door, rightfully so, with his pistol, didn't ask no questions, didn't say drop it, just shot the brother on sight. It's wicked, and it's incompetence, and it's cowardice.
Third-party review done by the state attorney's office. We know you have many questions, as do we, but we are confident in our state's agencies' abilities to investigate the facts, no matter where they may lead, and we are prepared to take action that is required to best serve our residents, the military community, and our visitors. Transparency and accountability have been our top priorities from day one. We will also be distributing the link for your reporting needs, and when we have more information, we will share it. Until then, I must respectfully ask that you direct all questions to the investigative agency, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Personally, I want to add that it's been my life's honor to be your sheriff. That service extends to all of our citizens, military, visitors, and the deputies that I lead. You are all important and valued to me as your sheriff. I know we will come to a resolution in this matter, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your patience and understanding as we go through this.
Now, I'm going to go to Alabama, where the NAACP, Negroes Always Asking Caucasians Permission, is holding a press conference after the tasing of the brother and reform. Isn't that a mockery? Reform Alabama, the name of the municipality that the brother was tased for changing his tire by the female cop who looks like a guy, is called Reform Alabama. I'm not going to play all of this because it's lengthy, but just to give us an idea and an update of what's going on, and then I'm going to play the video what led to this press conference.
But even during that interaction, if you look at that video, Mr.
Let me run it back. Pardon me.
This is an important day, as this has been an important set of events that have occurred. An outrageous atrocity has occurred here. And so I want to just begin by outlining what it is that we know at this point, based off the facts, this particular situation. What we know around December 2nd, Micaiah Washington was traveling to go pick up his brother and a friend, Jacorian Henry, at his aunt's house here in the Reformed jurisdiction. On the way there, he got a flat tire, pulled over like any of us would, and began to change that tire. At some point during the time he was changing his tire, an officer pulled up on him. Officer Elmore of the Reformed Police Department pulled up on him on the side of the road and asked what they were doing. Micaiah made it clear, we're here changing our tire. Are you here to help us? She made it clear, no, I am not. I want to see your IDs and figure out what you're up to. It's not illegal.
If you pull up and you see a man parked on the side of the road with his car jacked up, that is apparent that he's changing a tire. It doesn't take a kindergartner to know that the man is changing his tire for her to pull up and ask them what they were doing is mere stupidity.
Not illegal to be black and changing your tire, at least not yet, but that's exactly what he was doing. And so she asked for licenses, and Micaiah and his brother Shaquem rightfully said, no, we're not going to give you our license. You haven't articulated any sort of criminal suspicion whatsoever. At that point, the officer became frustrated, and Micaiah, being the person he is,
Pardon me, but the officer became frustrated because when the brother said that she didn't articulate any suspicion, you have to have reasonable articulable suspicion in order to even, ask them for ID. And because he said she had no Ross that was sassing her, she took that as a sass to her.
A positive, wonderful, intelligent young man decided, hey, I don't want to cause any problems. I'm going to comply. So he gave her his ID. And at that point, he said, hey, I'm going to record you as well. I always suggest and always welcome anyone I talk to, always record the police. If we didn't record the police in this situation, we wouldn't be here today. And so fortunately for him, or unfortunately, he began to record. He pulled out his phone. Micaiah did. And that's when he was tased the first time. All right. He was tased by the officer because she didn't like that he took out his phone and started to record her improper, illegal, unconstitutional search and seizure.
Peace to my brother,
and so
McCray 1000.
He took out his phone. She tased him and he hits the ground. She then goes to cuff him. And then that's when his brother, Shaquem, who's over here with us today, at the wherefore to.
Now, if he would have stood up and straight ragdolled her, everybody would be talking about how terrible it is that he did that to her. If he had straight up got up and just super socked her, everybody, including the media and fellow police officers, would have been talking about how terrible it was that he did that to her.
To pull out his phone and start recording the interaction. And what we saw went viral across the nation because it was clearly assault and battery. It was clearly excessive force. It was unconscionable what happened next. What happened next is that the officer, Officer Elmore, Reform Police, handcuffed Micaiah Washington, took him to her vehicle, and then in a almost sadistic sort of act, once he was secured, once he was handcuffed, decided to dry tase him and hold that taser in his back for multiple seconds. While Mr. Washington screamed out, he cried out in pain, agonizing pain, while cuffed, while subdued, tased, dry tased in the back, while this officer seemed to get some sort of enjoyment from it. But even during that interaction, if you look at that video, Mr. Washington was still being respectful, still saying yes, ma'am, still saying no, ma'am during this entire interaction. Not a threat to her, not a threat to anyone else, but this officer thought that she could get away with something. She thought that there'd be no eyes on this. This is just a normal day in Reform, Alabama, that I could get away with whatever I want to get away with. But thankfully, there was a video here. After that interaction, these officers, and from what we know now, her husband, Detective or Deputy Elmore with the Pickens County Police Sheriff's Department, arrived on the scene and then went ahead and cuffed and detained his 17-year-old brother, Shaquem. And so we know from that point, they took him to Pickens County jail, and they booked them in at some point later on the day. Mr. Washington here booked him. I'm sorry, Mr. Washington right here booked them for trafficking fentanyl, for an ex-felon in possession of a firearm, marijuana, obstruction of justice, and resisting arrest. All complete BS. Complete BS. Those charges came in. He was held on a 5.
See, they don't even care if what happened is captured on camera. They'll still write a fictitious report. And when they put in trafficking fentanyl, that's to play on the jury and play on the community, because we all know who are the people that died from fentanyl poison, who are the addicts of fentanyl, and who that affects. It affects their people. So you see this brother who was charged with trafficking fentanyl, and then they added marijuana to it, and then they added him as a felon carrying a weapon when he has no criminal record at all. They absolutely tried to mess this brother's life up. They're trying to ruin this brother for absolutely nothing because he stopped and changed a flat tire. They tried to ruin this brother's life. And as a result of that, her life should be ruined. And her brothers should be too. Both of them should be more than fired. They should be, I'm not going to say what should happen. I'll just say what should happen lawfully. They need to be in prison, and in that prison, it should be a welcoming community to welcome them into that prison when they arrive. They should welcome them, severely welcome them.
$500,000 bond. That's a $500,000 bond. And the officers knew that his family wouldn't be able to make that bond. I don't know anyone who could make a $500,000 bond just like that. But fortunately, his brother, again, recorded, and that video came out. Once that video came out, those charges started dropping like flies. They started dropping because Mr. Mekhi Washington was not an ex-felon. He's never been charged with a felony, never been arrested or convicted of a felony. That charge was completely bogus and just poof, disappeared. The trafficking fentanyl, and like I said, these officers knew what they were doing. They know the connotation that comes along with fentanyl.
Exactly.
They know the legislation that's passed, that if you're convicted with the amount of fentanyl they accused him of having, you're looking at around a mandatory minimum of 25 years in prison. They knew what they were doing. But of course, that charge gets dismissed because there was no fentanyl. There was no 7 grams of fentanyl taken out of his pocket after she put him on the hood. And we know that because there's a video of it. And once that video came out, those charges, poof, disappeared. And we expect the remainder of those charges to be dismissed as well, because there wasn't a single drug on Mr. Washington whatsoever. And we know he wasn't obstructing. We know he wasn't resisting. Fortunately, it was on film. And so we're moving forward right now because we know a couple things. But for this film, he would still be behind bars right now. His life would have been.
I'm going to move on from here, and I'm going to show the video that led to this press conference. And some of us would say that
they held a protest Monday.
Some of us would say that these people are not wicked, and they'll blame it on the system, and they turn a blind eye to who benefits from the system, who use the system. You can't say, oh, it's systemic or it's a system without looking at the people. You have to look at the people who's doing it, because the system is working the way it was designed in their favor and against us. If you don't see that, just wait your turn. That's all. Just wait your turn for it to happen to you, and they'll make you a believer, because it's wickedness all over this country. They will make you a believer. Just wait your turn.
Night in response to the viral video showing a police officer using a stun gun on a handcuffed man. We want to warn you, you might find this video disturbing. After an exchange of words, the police officer pulls the trigger on the stun gun and then asks,
"You want it again? No, shut the f up. You was big and bad."
She could then be heard calling him an explicit name.
She tased him in the back, and she was holding it. She was just holding it there until he started crying.
And then she was demeaning him as a man, calling him all kinds of bitches and saying you was big and bad. But then she doing this to a man who's cuffed. The man is already cuffed, and she has the taser on his back, tasing him repeatedly.
Jalexis Rice, girlfriend of Micaiah Washington, says this all started when her boyfriend and two others were changing a tire of the car they were driving. She says that's when the officer in the video pulled up, eventually putting her boyfriend in handcuffs and tasing him.
When I seen, I couldn't do nothing but cry. I couldn't do nothing but cry.
Following his arrest, Washington was booked into the Pickens County Jail on several charges. He has a bond of $500,000. In a statement, Reform's police chief and mayor said they're aware of the video and the police officer has been placed on administrative leave. However, people attending Monday's rally say they want more done.
She needs to be fired, and I feel like she can leave and go somewhere else and do it if they don't hold her accountable for nothing. You're a police. You're here to protect and serve us. How do we supposed to trust you and this how you treat us?
It hurt my feelings for real.
In the statement from the mayor and police chief, they said in part, the department is in the process of turning over all materials related to this arrest to the Alabama State Bureau of Investigation and has requested a thorough investigation into the circumstances surrounding the arrest.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News.
Now, I'm going to go to a video that is outright. You know, sometimes people do something that's so ridiculous and say something that is insulting that to the point that you just laugh. It's that insulting to the point that you just laugh. Now, this happened inside a Fulton County prison. And there's no accountability, and they just outright tried to put it off on someone else and tried to cop-splain this utter nonsense away. Just watch.
New at 6, only Channel 2 Action News is taking you inside a raid of the Fulton County Jail. And this is just some.
Shout out to Here's the Deal. Here's the Deal does good work on behalf of the people. Shout out to Here's the Deal.
Of what strike teams confiscated, things like drugs, cell phones, shanks, a makeshift hatchet, even a bullet.
For over 50 years, the leaders of this country have promised to keep dangerous, life-destroying drugs off the street. Legislators tell us, don't worry, we're going to protect you with additional laws that'll keep weapons out of the hands of the bad guys. The problem is they can't even keep weapons, drugs, or even cell phones out of jails. Recently, they conducted a highly publicized raid of the Fulton County Jail in Atlanta, where they found massive amounts of illegal content.
Just remember, a few months ago, they found cocaine in the White House. So there you go.
Contraband.
And the Fulton County Sheriff's Office says this is some of the contraband recovered in the massive shakedown we're on inside the Fulton County Jail. And a lot of the illegal cell phones, which can go for thousands inside the jail, drugs and tobacco recovered, came into the jail via illegal drone drops. Wait till you see the ingenuity involved, however misguided.
The jail is managed by the Fulton County Sheriff.
Did you hear what that man just said? He said the contraband came inside the prison, phones, drugs, weapons, through drone drops, illegal drone drops. Like somebody flew a drone over the prison walls and dropped all of that contraband on the grounds of the prison when there's surveillance cameras all over the place, and we have prison guards all over the place watching the prisoners. They didn't say that the correction officers, they're not even suspecting, they're not even going there or suggesting that correction officers brought the contraband into the prison. They're going to insult our intelligence by suggesting to us that it was drone drops that brought the contraband into the prison. He should be indicted and locked up for saying that bullshit.
Sheriff's office, and the sheriff has spun a tale for the media that drones, not his own jail guards, are the reason for all the illegal contraband. By the way, the operational capacity of this jail is 1,125, but it routinely houses a population of nearly 3,000. But check.
That's double the capacity of the prison. Is because of the contracts and the money that's being made. Some of those people are probably kickback prisoners because some of these judges are so wicked that they get kickbacks per prisoner. I don't know how it is in Georgia, but it's like 40 grand per prisoner in New Jersey. So just imagine $40,000 times 3,000 people, or even less. There's still a lot of money if a judge is getting kickbacks per prisoner, because there's judges that were sending children to prison just to get a kickback.
Check out this next segment.
This time is very simple. This is a show. This is an outright show, because what are you running for? To a cell where people are locked down at. They can't go nowhere. They're locked down. You can walk up to that damn cell and do the same thing they did and have your damn energy, preserve your energy in the event that you have to fight somebody. But they wanted to give a show. This is merely a show because cameras are catching it. And they want to have the appearance that they're doing their job. But it's the correction officers. I'm going to say it. It's the correction officers. If there's contraband in those prisons from the outside, correction officers brought it in. No goddamn drones dropped nothing on the prison grounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, the only thing we're going up here to do is a massive shakedown. We're looking for any weapons, drugs, or any contraband.
And look who they get to do this foolishness. It's always a willing nigga. It's always a willing nigga to serve to the detriment of his own people. Always. His parents must be damn proud. Then again, they probably are. Because a nigga give birth to another damn nigga. He probably got a line of niggas all the way back to his ancestor. Probably was the first nigga.
And that the inmates are not supposed to have.
Sheriff Pat Labat says the Fulton County Sheriff's Office jail strike team struck a vein of contraband quickly.
Why are these nitwits running down this hallway? The people they're going to shake down aren't going anywhere. They're locked up. There's no reason for them to run because there's no urgency. And then when they get to the room where the inmates are housed, they stop running. So it's one of these hurry up and wait things. I don't know about you, but to me, this looks like a staged PR stunt so news crews can get action shots. But to do that, you got to manufacture fake urgency to keep the brain-pickled masses glued to the TV. This is already starting off with strong notes of BS.
In the first zone, they hit.
It's a cell phone and charger.
Found within seconds of hitting this unit.
Yes.
On the high security 7th floor of the Fulton County Jail.
This has been a high priority area for us with respect to drone activity.
Now, Sheriff Labatt is really going to be pushing this drones drop the contraband narrative throughout this story. And WS,
You know, the most, you know, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. If they did a meager investigation, a meager one, they would tie all of this to correction officers. All of it. So they want us to believe that a drone pilot, flew over the prison walls and dropped contraband on the prison grounds for the prisoners to receive. Now, I only know 2 agencies who are that skilled, you know, as far as drones. Now, I know they're not suggesting that somebody stood outside the prison walls and did it, right outside the prison walls and did it. So they're suggesting to us that somebody, you know, had these expensive, sophisticated drones and they flew them from where they were and dropped contraband over the prison walls. Only 2 agencies that can do that. Well, not 2. I know they do that with Amazon. They do deliveries like that now, and eBay and all those other companies. But the military and the police, they're capable of doing that because they fight wars with drones. They're able to fly a drone, you know, and fight wars like they're playing a video game. So what they're doing is they are shining the light on themselves. They're trying to explain it away, but it's looking bad for them because they're making themselves look very suspect because only 2 agencies besides these third-party delivery people are able to fly drones in that capacity. Far away and drop, you know, and hit their targets. I don't believe anybody who owns a drone besides these enthusiasts that can do that.
SBTV Channel 2 is going to help him.
Drones.
Illegal drone drops.
Drone activity.
They're using drones.
Drones in prisons. Drone drops.
Some have crash landed.
Drones, contraband, drone repair shop, thunder drones, dozens of drones. Drones were used to drop drugs.
When mainstream.
So why aren't they showing the drones? Show us the drones that crash landed. We'd like to see those. The ones who the sheriff said crash landed, hitting the wall, or crash landed on the prison grounds. Show us that. Guarantee they can't.
Media and local authorities and officials converge to tell you that the problem is the drones.
Drones.
It might be safe to assume that it's really these drones that they're talking about.
And before Saturday morning was done, men and women normally assigned not just to the jail, but to the courthouse and across the sheriff's office, who had assembled in the early morning darkness, had amassed a massive amount of dangerous material inmates aren't supposed to have, but did.
Should we mention the questionable fitness level of nearly...
Look at the example of fitness of these guys. The guy to the far right looks like TD Jakes.
Nearly every one of the task force members who may well be the very drones the sheriff is attempting to protect. Wait till you see who they actually apprehended and charged with all this contraband.
Lots of makeshift weapons, including shanks, even a makeshift hatchet, cell phones, even a bullet, suspected drugs. The Fulton County Sheriff's Office says all this from one shakedown. These are more than a half dozen suspected crack pipes?
Yes.
Taken from inside the jail.
Yep.
The sheriff's office says the shakedown turned up 22 illegal cell phones, suspected marijuana, tobacco, plenty of pills, even a bottle labeled as the prescription drug promethazine. And then there are the weapons.
I'm surprised the building's still standing.
Most of the weapons made from things stripped out of the building.
From the plumbing shafts to the lighting fixtures.
It smells like it.
We had watched as the stuff piled up in that one zone. Where'd those come from?
Cell 504.
Just our commissary kiosk.
Well, what's it turned into?
A charging station.
So they're going to sit there and tell us that the commissary kiosk was transformed into a charging station and the jail staff is just now finding out about it. You got to.
This is very, very insulting. They want us to believe that the commissary kiosk was turned into a charging station. And that's not even in the midst of the prisoners. So who was able to wire that into a charging station without being noticed by any correction officer?
Got to hand it to these inmates. I mean, you'd think AT&T or Verizon had a kiosk inside the jail with all those cell phones they've got. The creativity and resourcefulness of these inmates is off the chain. Somebody is making some serious under-the-table money smuggling all those phones and drugs into the jail.
This is marijuana from California. It's found in the cells. And that's marijuana?
Yes, sir. How did that go get in the window? Through the inmates burning. They use, as you can see, the exposed wires up in the light fixture, so they'll use that to start fires, and then they will just sit there until they can melt away the plastic. So the reason why now the inmates burn the holes inside of the windows is because they're using drones.
Maybe I'm just slow, but what this guy just said made absolutely no sense, and the reporter didn't question him on it. He said, the reason why now the inmates burn the holes inside of the windows is because they're using drones.
So the reason why now the inmates burn the holes inside of the windows is because they're using drones.
There's so many questions here. How does burning holes inside the windows have anything to do with the use of drones? Why aren't they using thick, shatterproof glass? I mean, that worked to keep 376 heavily armed officials out of a classroom in Uvalde. How are they able to burn through thick plastic without jail guards detecting the smell?
Exactly.
Don't they have smoke detectors? And how do you, as a jail guard, not see a massive hole in a window? And when the inmate does succeed in burning that hole through the plastic window, does the drone operator know which cell the inmate is in? I mean, how far does the inmate have to stick his arm out of the window? And how close does the blade of the drone have to get without hitting the...
That doesn't even look like a window. It looks like a beam, a corner beam.
Side of the wall. I know a lot of them have rotor guards, but none of this makes any sense here. Now, here's more BS about drones.
We told the story of drones.
That dude was a major. He's a major jackass.
In prisons, but drone drops are now a major factor in the contraband trade at the Fulton County Jail.
Absolutely. Some have crash landed and ultimately with different types of payload.
Okay, guys, here's what we're going to do to cover for our contraband providing jail guards. Round up a couple random pictures of drones and then just tell the media that's how all this contraband is entering the jail. And then they pick the dumbest inmate that they could possibly.
Why is there pictures of drones? Why can't they have actual footage of drones of like they have the contraband on the table? The drone should be present also. See those pictures are a trick bag because they can take that contraband, the weapons, the drugs, and the cell phones, and put them on the table, but we don't see any drones. But you want us to believe that drones brought all of that stuff here. Save it for David.
Possibly interview.
Trial. 15 on right. I'm awaiting trial.
Innocent or guilty?
I'm innocent. I'm innocent.
Near the zone, we got shakedown reaction from one inmate.
We don't have no problem back here. These folks coming up here antagonizing it. We ain't got no problems up here.
The inmate we interviewed on camera earlier this morning.
Told them they lied, straight up lied.
What'd you find in the cell he shares with somebody else?
And we collected 2 cell phones out of that cell.
You know anything about a couple of cell phones?
No name about no country man. No name about.
Office says there is no way to know if the cell phones belong to the inmate we interviewed, a cellmate, or someone else, and he was not charged with them. And I guess this image puts a fine point on the danger faced by staff and inmates here in the Fulton County Jail. The sheriff's office says the jail staff does smaller shakedowns on a regular basis, but the last one of this magnitude was shortly before Thanksgiving.
And that gives the inmates time to set up a kiosk charging station and run a lucrative drug, cell phone, and weapons trading business straight from the Fulton County Jail. But here's the coup de grace.
Mark, that is absolutely unbelievable. Not only the amount of stuff, but how they're getting it in. And we've been showing you the backstory on problems with drones, contraband, and inmates. Last month, Channel 2.
And watch who they blame it on and watch who they arrest. Outright disgusting. That's why I call this wickedness and incompetence. Add cowardice to it.
Investigative reporter Mark Winnie was with the Department of Corrections agents as they raided a drone repair shop in Gwinnett County called Thunder Drones. Agents arrested the owner, Robert Schwartz, and seized dozens of drones. They believe Schwartz has ties with gang members, and those drones were used to drop drugs and contraband into prisons.
In case you're wondering what was said during this Thunder Drone interview.
Are you involved in drone drops of contraband into Georgia prisons?
Not that I know of. All we do is repair drones.
He was in communications with inmates within the Georgia Department of Corrections and their associates on the outside.
Including gang members?
Absolutely. About making drone drops.
See, if they're not able to prove that in a court, if they don't have no recordings, because when you get collect calls and any calls from a inmate, it's all recorded. If they're not able to do that, it's going to go bad for them.
Drops, contraband drops.
You don't know who you're repairing them for, who you're providing them to?
Most of our business is consumer business. We've repaired drones for local Atlanta and interstate.
We did electronic interceptions on Mr. Robert Schwartz, his business here at Thunder Drones, and inmates and associates of inmates.
Have you broken the law?
No, sir.
Now, I'm not saying that they don't use drones to get items into prisons, but it does seem to me that this is being used as a possible scapegoat to mask the dereliction of duty and outright incompetence of the jail staff at Fulton and other jails. Or maybe it's not dereliction or incompetence, but an intentional revenue stream for those who are hired to keep an eye.
Behold, brothers and sisters, just behold, look at this picture. All these Negroes on code with the enemy, serving to the detriment of our people, willing to sell our people out. Just behold. What they say, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Just behold. All we have to do is look. And they will serve to our detriment, and they will try to out-white the white man.
And inmates. Leave your thoughts about this. Subscribe to the channel. Grab a shirt. Become a channel member. But more importantly, know what your rights are and stand for your rights. If you don't stand for your rights, you will lose them. I'll see you.
Now I'm going to move on to a Michigan cop who moved from department to department, wreaking havoc on people. I don't understand how he was allowed to do that.
He is a troubled Michigan police officer who moved from department to department, leaving scandal in his wake.
In multiple cities, he was accused of abusing.
his authority, violating the public trust, and lying repeatedly. But that didn't stop him from finding badges in city after city.
Tonight, 7 investigator Ross Jones reveals how it was able to happen and how some police chiefs could soon be in hot water.
It's frustrating that someone like this could slip through, and the system is in place for a reason, and it should have caught this guy.
Plenty of police departments were willing to hire Officer Mark Aldrich, but very few, we learned, were eager to explain why.
You think this is the best look right now, sir? You don't want to talk about this, sir?
Aldrich has worked for at least 4 different police agencies, running into serious trouble repeatedly. But instead of losing his badge, our investigation reveals he kept finding new ones. As an officer with Belleville Police, records show Aldrich obtained a vehicle from a towing company to give to a needy family. But instead of donating the car, according to police records, the vehicle showed up on eBay. Aldrich said he sold it for extra income. He would later claim the vehicle was always intended for his own use.
Eventually, Aldrich wore out his welcome in Belleville, with the chief there telling me he asked him to resign. He did. And it wasn't long before Aldrich found his next job here in Huron Township, and trouble soon followed.
Less than 6 months on the force, records show Aldrich responded to a vehicle crash that involved an exotic dancer. Aldrich arrested the woman for OWI and marijuana possession. A week later, while the charges against her were still pending, he met up with her at the strip club where she worked. Aldrich received lap dances, records show, and the woman performed a sex act. He was later accused of harassing the woman, sending texts that creeped her out. When questioned, Aldrich was deemed dishonest. Wrote a Huron Township lieutenant, "I shudder to think of what his attitude or actions may consist of if he were allowed to continue employment." Aldrich resigned and began looking for his next job.
Shame on us if we allow people like this guy to victimize the citizens that we took an oath to protect.
Ron Haddad spent 14 years as Dearborn's police chief. We asked him to review Aldrich's background. Would he have given him a badge?
I would not have hired this gentleman. To hire someone like this will clearly erode the integrity of the department.
But at least one police chief was willing to roll the dice. "I am taking a huge gamble," wrote the chief in Carlton, Michigan, "and Aldrich better have all these issues behind him." Chief Roy Johnson hired Aldrich in 2017. While in Carlton, he racked up complaints as minor as speeding and
You know, the criteria for being a cop is, if you have 2 arms and 2 legs, you can walk. That's probably it.
running stop signs to more significant ones, like conducting an illegal traffic stop and dishonesty. He was hit with multiple citizen complaints over his anger, and last October was accused of road rage.
Hello, can I dispatch?
My girlfriend and my daughter-in-law were just up at Kroger, and someone brandished a firearm at them and threatened them.
During a dispute over a parking space, a woman at this grocery store said Aldrich lifted his shirt to reveal his gun, then asked, "Do you want to see my badge?" He called her a rash of expletives. She didn't pursue charges, and by phone, Aldrich claimed he did not brandish his gun. But when he was questioned about what happened, his police chief deemed Aldrich was not truthful.
But perhaps the most serious allegation against him came back in January as Aldrich was preparing to leave Carlton. According to the police chief, while he was reviewing body camera footage stemming from citizen complaints against Aldrich, he noticed one of the videos had been deleted. Aldrich, he said, was the top suspect.
But instead of pursuing the issue, the chief dropped it there, writing in this memo, "I have decided not to pursue criminal charges for the destruction of evidence due to the fact that Aldrich has resigned." By phone, Aldrich told me, "I don't have any recollection of deleting that body cam."
Chief, can we talk to you 1 second? It's Ross Jones with Channel 7.
The chief declined our request for an interview, so we found him earlier this month as he picked up his lunch.
You wrote that hiring him would be a huge gamble. You hired him anyway. Well, why did you gamble with public
I have
safety?
a press release for you at the station.
Why would you take a gamble on a guy who had been
I have
found
a
to have
press
had
release that I'm
sex
not gonna
with a
do an
woman
interview.
he gave a DUI to?
Okay.
Why would you hire somebody like that?
I have got a press release for you at the station.
We wanted to ask the chief why, on the very same day he wrote that Aldrich may have destroyed evidence, he reported to state regulators that he resigned in good standing.
You were going to pursue charges of destruction of property. Instead, you let another agency hire him. Why did you do that?
That cop is incompetent, yet he looks like he is not a tad bit smarter than the cop he hired. He don't look bright himself. He don't look like he's not the sharpest knife in the drawer. He's not.
I have the press release for you. I don't have anything to add or subtract.
Do you have any answers?
I have a press release for you.
By reporting that Aldrich left on good terms, it prevented the Michigan Commission on Law Enforcement Standards from flagging his license, making it easier for another agency to hire him. It wasn't.
He should have lost his certification for law enforcement, but he was able to go to another agency thanks to this nitwit chief.
Long before one did.
I'm blown away and impressed by how well Lake Orion PD is doing on recruiting.
Earlier this year, Lake Orion's police department extended a warm welcome to Officer Aldrich, calling him a very approachable fellow. He was hired by Police Chief Todd Stanfield, who declared under the penalty of perjury that he had reviewed Aldrich's personnel file from Carlton PD. He never did.
Chief, before the meeting begins, can we talk to you quickly? It's Ross Jones with Channel 7.
Chief Stanfield wouldn't agree to an interview either, so we found him at a city council meeting earlier this month.
Why would you hire an officer without doing a complete background investigation?
I have no comment.
Well, you hired this officer, sir.
Stanfield wouldn't answer our questions, then ducked behind a locked door. Hours later, the city council voted to demote him from chief to lieutenant. City Council President Jerry Narsh would not say if Aldrich's hiring was the reason why.
Why would Lake Orion hire an officer like that?
Well, I guess that's a good question. Unfortunately, I don't have an answer for you.
Well, a lot of police chiefs are telling different stories tonight. Lake Orion officials say that Aldrich is currently on administrative leave, but MCOL says his license is in inactive status, meaning he can't be a cop anywhere right now. Huron Township's police chief tells me he only hired Aldrich after getting rave reviews from Belleville's police chief, who had told me previously he asked Aldrich to resign. As for Chief Roy Johnson in Carlton, he said he reported that Aldrich left in good standing because it wasn't until later that same day that he suspected him of destroying that body camera footage. Mark Aldrich, as you may suspect, did not agree to an interview on this story.
Sounds like a lot of passing the buck and kind of, no, it's your...
A lot of stories that aren't quite aligning,
Now we're going to play a few of the worst police officers ever caught on camera.
Whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Pull you over, right?
Okay.
Just because you.
Whoa, that's way, whoa. Open the door. Grab me. Grab me. I got it. I just did it. That's all. That's all I was doing.
In Grand Rapids, a police officer named Stevens pulled over a driver, Mr. Brown, for going too fast. The officer asked for Mr. Brown's driving license, car registration, and insurance, but Brown couldn't show his license because he was in his girlfriend's car.
How's it going? How you doing? Good. I'm Officer Stevens. Stopped you for speeding today on Fulton. Do you have your license, registration, proof of insurance? You aren't? What's the speed limit?
30.
It's 25, so that's 10 over.
going fast.
Okay, well, it's between you and me, the video, and my speedometer. So you get your license, registration, proof of insurance?
I don't have my license on me right now.
Why is that?
This is not my vehicle. This is my girlfriend's vehicle. So
Whose house is this right here?
this is my mama's house.
Listen to me. Stop digging around and listen to me.
I'm looking for the stuff for you.
Okay, well, I need to know your name because you're driving a vehicle. All right, Mr. Brown, step out of the car for me.
Why do I step out the car?
You don't have your license on you. You're under arrest.
How am I under arrest?
You don't have your license on you. It's a misdemeanor in the state of Michigan.
That's not a misdemeanor.
Okay, step out of the car.
Why do I step out the car?
If you don't step out of the car, you can be charged with hindering opposing.
I didn't do nothing. My son up in the car.
Okay, great. I'm glad you know the law.
All right, let me make sure my mom.
Step out of the car. You're under arrest for refusing. You're refusing to obey a lawful command. Now you're under arrest.
They get very violent when you don't comply with them. And this devil don't even care that the man has his child in the car. Watch how he do the man right in front of his child.
Step out of the car. I'm gonna bust the window and drag you out. I'm gonna bust you out. Step out of the car. Step out of the car. Step out of the car. You're under arrest. Step out of the car. You're under arrest. I'm gonna break the window.
Mr. Brown was tased and then subjected to repeated punches, reportedly close to 30 times, by Officer Stevens.
Step out of the car. Step out of the car. Open the door. You're under arrest. Open the door. Grab me. Open. Grab me. Step out of the car. You're under arrest. Step out of the car. You're under arrest. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Show me your other hand. Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Exit the vehicle. Exit the vehicle. Open this door. Exit the vehicle. I'm about to get out. Let me get out.
The excessive force used by Officer Stevens prompted an internal affairs investigation by the Grand Rapids Police Department, resulting in the officer being placed on paid administrative leave. Interim Police Chief David A.D. expressed concern over the incident, emphasizing the unnecessary escalation and the officer's failure to maintain professional conduct. He assured the public that the department would address the misconduct. Despite the physical altercation, Mr. Brown reported no serious injuries. It was revealed that he had a warrant, which he feared would complicate the situation further if he exited the vehicle. On August 24, 2019, a teenage boy called 911 reported a man acting suspiciously, wearing a coat and a ski mask, walking south on Billings Street.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
So there's a guy. He's watching the what's the opposite of north?
South.
South, yeah. He's walking south on Billings Street. He has a mask on.
Okay.
And then when I passed by him, he puts his hands up and does all these kinds of signs. I don't know. He looks sketchy. He might be a good person or a bad person.
Yeah.
Officer Randy Rohima intercepted Elijah McLean, the man described in the call, on the same road. Despite McLean being nonviolent and explaining his actions, Rohima decided to detain him for being suspicious.
Favor, stop right there. Hey, stop right there. Stop. 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 I have a right to stop you because you're being suspicious.
Well, okay.
Turn around.
No,
Turn around.
actually, your hands, bro.
Turn around. Stop. Stop tensing up, dude. Stop tensing up, bro. Stop tensing.
Just walking down the street, being suspicious. He was just walking down the street, and he had a bag in his hand with snacks in it. That's suspicious because somebody give a call. They always come say, well, we got a call. So what? You got a call. You come and you see what's going on. Once the call is unfounded, you clear the damn call and move on.
Stop tensing up. Stop tensing up. Stop tensing up.
No, let go of me. No, I am an introvert. Please respect the boundaries.
This right here is exactly why when I hear something happen to one of them, I have absolutely no remorse. None whatsoever.
Rohima's interaction with McLean quickly escalated. Despite McLean's attempts to explain he was an introvert and not a threat, Rohima and additional officers wrestled him to the ground.
Stop tensing up. Stop. Relax.
Stop. I'm going home.
Relax, or I'm going to have to change this situation.
Listen to that devil.
Stop.
Can you please? No, I want to leave me alone. No, we're gonna. First off, you guys started to arrest me, and I was stopping my music to listen. Now let go of me. Let's get over to grass.
The young brother had on earbuds. That's why he couldn't even hear them. He had on earbuds. Who go around committing crimes, carrying a bag full of snacks and wearing earbuds? Again, not the sharpest knife in the drawer.
Down. I intend to take my power back. If I intend to be a public offender, if I intend to be featured.
At this point, the officer's body camera drops to the ground, but we can still hear the struggle.
I got him. I got him. Arm hammer. Pull his arm out. Nice and slow. Slow down. Get his arm. Go ahead, fire start. Put your arm out, dude. Can't get it. I can't get it. Let go of your arm.
There we go.
This stop was not grounds for any of this that happened. None of it. What they should have done was just watch them and then clear the call. Or if they're going to stop him, allow him to talk and just move on. But it's too much like right for a devil to do the right thing. But they want to be perceived as these good guys and these heroes, and you don't see any acts of heroism in these wicked bastards.
People come in, but just start fire. Okay, I got his other arm. Okay, the other arm. Tuck that on. Okay, he's flipping. He's flipping. Dude, just stop fighting. Taser, taser, taser in a second. You're gonna get tased in a second. Stop fighting. Stop fighting. You're gonna get tased. I got his arm. Okay, hold on.
Based on the noises, it's evident that the police were forcefully handcuffing him. The footage clearly captures Elijah in a lot of pain as he is crying intensely.
Relax. Relax. Relax.
Merciless devils. They're merciless devils. And then we have people who don't see that they are merciless devils. As frequent as this happened, we have people that have hope for these wicked demons, that they are somebody that we could call and look up to and depend on. And they're not. Police are useless. Useless.
Despite his pleas, the officers applied a chokehold, and McLean lost consciousness. While going in and out of consciousness, Elijah begs the police to stop their torture.
I just don't like going home. I'm just different. I'm just different. That's all. That's all I was doing. It was actually Rosenberg. I'm so sorry. I have no. I don't do that stuff. I don't do anybody.
They will harm, they will kill our most gentle and kind among us. That's what they would do to the most gentle and kind among us. They will harm and they would murder. They're as useless as a flat tire.
Why would you touch me? I don't do drugs. I don't even kill flies. I don't eat meat. I'm not vegetarian. I don't judge people.
I don't know. Stop.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to do that. I can't breathe correctly because.
Aware that the initial report wasn't enough to charge him, they manipulated the situation to their advantage and exploited him.
You can bend his knees a little bit so he can balance himself.
He's kicking around a little bit still, so he's going to sit on. Yeah.
This young man is not fighting at all.
The car, right? Your cell phone?
What's that?
Your cell phone is in the car?
I think so. Is it an iPhone?
With a red case?
No.
What kind of drugs did you take tonight? What kind of drugs did you take tonight?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
We need to know, okay?
Good, brother.
Can you find Sandy wipes for me somewhere, please?
We need to know what you were taking.
From anybody? Yeah, anything, please.
Are you listening to me, man? I'm asking you what kind of drugs you were taking.
That's an example of a leading question. Another officer is seen attempting to forcefully get Elijah to confess, causing him significant distress, just to make him confess to something he didn't do. This is a clear breach of his Miranda rights.
Relax, bro. Come on. You already lost this one. Just relax.
This is not acting appropriately at all. No. When we tried to stop him, dude.
Come on.
But he's definitely doing something. Okay.
Ow.
Eventually.
And because he's in pain, the EMTs give him a lethal dose of ketamine. Enough ketamine to probably kill somebody twice his size.
The paramedics arrived on the scene and administered 500 milligrams of ketamine to sedate McLean. Shortly after, McLean went into cardiac arrest.
We'll give that a minute or two, see if that works. And once it is, we'll go ahead. If you guys are okay with it, we'll uncuff him. We'll go up. The right arm down with the left, and we'll just restrain everything. We'll give that a minute or two.
All right.
McLean was taken to the hospital, where he was declared brain dead. He was removed from life support on August 30th, 2019. The incident led to public outrage and calls for justice. Officer Rohima was sentenced to 14 months in jail, a punishment many saw as insufficient given the
14 months
circumstances
in
of
jail.
McLean's death. McLean was remembered as a gentle and respectful individual, known for playing violin for shelter kittens and being considerate in his interactions with others. His regular attire, including wearing a ski mask for personal reasons, was misinterpreted as suspicious on the day of the incident. On November 13th, 2023, officers attempted to detain Christina Pierre and Anthony Lee at a bus stop along South Tron Street near West Arrowwood Road. The officers approached Christina and Anthony, who were enjoying a joint, and questioned them about the smell of a substance.
What's up, guys? Just hanging out?
Just got off of work.
Huh?
Just got off of work. What did we do wrong?
Oh, it smells like you're smoking weed.
Well, this is stuff from the store. It's not in the store. It's THCA.
Are you smoking weed? You guys smoking weed?
It's coming from the store. You got it from the
Well, I can smell it coming from that. So.
You got it from the smoke shop.
Christina and Anthony denied smoking any substance and claimed they bought it from a local smoke shop. However, the officers attempted to detain Anthony, leading to Christina's intervention.
Whoa, what are you doing?
Get off.
What are you doing? Wait. Did you stop? We just got. What is it? What are you doing?
Turn around now.
Stop!
Turn around. You gotta get taped.
Why am I being taped?
As the situation intensified, more officers arrived on the scene. Despite Christina and Anthony's compliance, the officers used excessive force, leading to a physical confrontation. Body camera footage captured the disturbing scene, showing an officer repeatedly punching Christina while others pinned her to the ground.
When did I reach?
Got something in her waistband.
No, I don't. Stop!
He's a straight up bitch. He's a straight bitch. See, they will have to use a lot more caution because I got one hitter quitters in both hands. No matter which one I hit them with, somebody be stretched the fuck out.
The incident gained widespread attention on social media, sparking outrage and condemnation from the public. CMPD Chief Johnny Jennings announced disciplinary action against one officer involved in the arrest, acknowledging the disturbing nature of the video. Due to public outcry and the controversial nature of the arrest, charges against Christina and Anthony were dropped. The incident ignited a wave of community outcry, prompting demands for justice for the victims and calls for systematic changes to prevent similar incidents in the future. Officer Sierra Brooks encountered Joshua Rohrer, a homeless Army veteran, sitting on the curb with his service dog.
I saw you take money from that car.
Yeah, you saw me take money, but you didn't see me ask.
All right, let me get your ID, okay?
Officer Brooks accused Rohrer of panhandling and requested his ID. Rohrer denied panhandling and questioned the basis for requesting his ID. Officer Brooks accused Rohrer of obstructing traffic and threatened to write him a citation.
You can't ask for my ID.
Yeah.
Sometimes when people are out there standing like that, they don't have to ask for money. People know they need money, so they will willingly just give them some money. If they know, some people are compassionate. When they see people need help, they just help them. They don't have to ask for the help. People just help them. If I seen him, I would just probably more likely give him a few dollars.
Yes, I can.
Giving me money.
Okay, get your dog, okay? Yes, I can. It's called panhandling.
But it's not panhandling if I didn't ask for it, is it?
ID. You can give me your ID or you can go to jail for RDO. Which one you want to do?
What's the ID for that?
Because I'm about to write you a citation.
For what?
For panhandling.
That's not panhandling.
So she's going to do this to a man who looked like he don't have much. She's going to write him a ticket and financially oppress him. Financially, a man who's already not doing that well financially. It's a wicked demon.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. If you come up to me and give me money,
You walked out to the car.
because they stopped. Did you see them stop?
Give me your
You
ID.
saw the whole situation.
Give me your ID, or you're going to jail for RDO, which is resist, delay, obstruct. Okay.
You're gonna write a disabled veteran that's living in the woods a ticket.
Yes, because I asked you not to do it, and you
I
did
didn't do it. You
And I
see
sit
me
there and
I'm
watch
here,
you.
I'm packing my stuff up.
I sit there and watch you.
You watch me walk up the sidewalk.
Make a 30 city. I'm out with that subject.
Like you literally watch me walk up the sidewalk.
Okay, give me your ID, sir. Give me your ID.
You're gonna write me a ticket.
Yes.
I didn't commit a crime.
After that, Officer Maurice Taylor arrived on the scene and supported Officer Brooks.
And I can almost guarantee you it's not going to go the way you want it to go.
I want to talk to the supervisor.
He's on his way out here.
Yeah.
So now he's refusing to give me his ID because I'm going to write him.
She's trying to write me a ticket because I was walking up this, packing up. She told me to pack up. And I was literally walking up the road, and somebody stopped and gave me money. You saw it yesterday. He saw it too. People give me money without me asking. I don't have
because you're, first of all, I mean, it can be inferred, okay? Because that's the way the law works. Right. Things can be inferred. So if it appears that you're violating the ordinance, that's how that works.
Right, but
if you're so.
No, that's not how that works. You can subject the man to going through the ringer, going to jail, and because of somebody, what somebody suspects you of doing when they don't have any evidence. Nah, that's not how the law works. No.
So let me tell you, because you're not a lawyer, you can get one, but I can tell you how the law works. You're in a median, right?
Rohrer refused to provide his ID, stating that he did not commit a crime.
Can we get your ID? Can we get your ID?
Dude, I didn't commit this crime.
But you're also in the median after I've told you not to be here before. Have I not said that?
And that's why I was vacating, because she asked me to leave.
Officer Maurice Taylor insisted on Rohrer providing his ID and ultimately arrested him when Rohrer provided his VA ID instead of his state ID.
There you go.
No, your state ID, not your VA ID.
This isn't valid. It's not valid.
I need your state ID.
If the same name is on the ID, what's the damn difference?
ID, not your VA ID. I'm gonna ask you one more time.
It's not even valid.
Give me your
It's
state
out of
ID.
date.
All right, turn around. You're being arrested.
Whoa, what
Turn
for,
around.
dude?
Turn around.
Are you kidding me?
Turn around.
You
Turn
don't
around.
see this?
Turn around.
Somebody help me!
Officers deployed a taser on Rohrer's dog, Sunshine, leading to further distress and outcry.
Sir, call your dog off. Call your dog off. He just bit me. He bit me. Call your dog off. Turn around.
Why are you doing this?
The incident sparked outrage on social media, with many criticizing the officer's actions as excessive and unjustified, especially concerning the treatment of Rohrer and his dog. The incident sparked outrage on social media, with many criticizing the officer's actions as excessive and unjustified, especially concerning the treatment of his dog. Officer Brooks and Officer Taylor were placed on paid administrative leave, and the case is still under investigation. On April 27, 2020, a police officer noticed the aftermath of a minor traffic crash on Interstate 25 involving Keelan Hill. The officer made disparaging remarks about Hill's appearance and actions during the incident, displaying a prejudiced attitude.
I didn't get his ID, dude. So he tried. There's a thread the needle between two lanes, dude, and he sideswipes. Does he say they jumped out on him like he was gonna fight him or something? I haven't talked to him yet because fire was all around him, but I haven't got his ID yet. He looks like.
Then he approached the other party involved, two white men, and talked to them in a notably courteous way.
All right, so give me a minute and I'll get you a case number. We'll get you out of here. Okay. Can we sit in the vehicles or should we stand outside? Okay. Let me check the damage out real quick.
Keelan was taken out of an ambulance by one of the cops to obtain his account of the events. However, the situation took a turn for the worse when Hill noticed the officers around his car.
They arrested the brother and let the white boys go. That's the moral of the bullshit.
Okay, let's go talk about it over here, man. Okay. Tell me what happened exactly. Hey, back up. Get out of my face. Search my car. Hands on your back right now.
Hill was forcefully arrested with the use of foul language.
What the f is In my face? I don't think so, dude.
What am I? What the
What are you stopping the cops for, man?
I did not ask you to get
No,
out of my
I
car.
watched you. I got you on my video camera.
I asked you to get out of my car. That's it.
You're being an asshole to everybody.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Hill questioned the reason for his arrest, but the officers provided pretty vague explanations and denied him the right to be medically assessed.
What am I going to jail for? What am I accused for?
We'll let you know here in a few, okay?
Hill was taken to the police station and spent 24
No, you're
hours
supposed to
in a
let
jail
him
cell.
know
You don't have any injuries.
before he goes to jail what he's been arrested for.
It is hard for me to determine if I am injured at the moment, sir.
So here's the thing. If you say that you have injuries, I'm going to do something different, okay? If you say that you don't have any injuries, then that means that nothing has happened and I can let you drive away.
Sir, I believe I...
But if you're telling me something different, then I have to do something different. So just tell me if you have any injuries.
I'm telling you that it's hard for me to determine that at the moment. I will have to be able to do that when I go to the hospital after I am released from y'all's custody.
What is your name?
My name is Kino.
Okay,
It is hard for me to determine if I'm injured at the moment.
You are not injured from my officers.
Sir, it is hard for me to determine that at the moment. I have to go to the hospital.
For what?
That's none of your fucking business.
I just had a car wreck. I was just stabbed in the neck.
I didn't ask you about the car wreck. I asked you if my officers hurt you.
Sir, I called y'all about this car wreck that just happened. I was arrested and detained because of it. I called y'all because I was injured.
And what did I just ask you?
I don't know who injured me or what injured me.
Don't get in my face. I can hear you.
I don't know who injured me or what injured me. I know I sustained some sort of injury.
What?
Sir, I cannot determine that until I go to. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I just know I need to go to a doctor very soon.
So everything's recorded. I'm recording everything.
So we were taking him into custody. He had his left hand, I had his right. One of the paramedics held his head down. That was not any one of us.
Okay, so he will not tell me if he's injured or not, and if he's saying that he is or he isn't, we have to do something, right? Because I don't know if he's hurt because you guys cuffed him or he won't give me an answer. So we're just going to do the paperwork, okay? So can we get off the highway?
The charge of racial profiling was raised due to the officers' handling of the situation. Keelan Hill filed a lawsuit against the city of Denver for unlawful arrest and excessive force. He won the lawsuit and was awarded a compensation of $100,000. On September 17, 2017, Boone Beach K-9 officer Mark S. conducted a traffic stop on an unmarked patrol car that was speeding over the limit on Interstate 25 in Denver. The driver of the speeding car turned out to be Officer Mark's supervisor, Major Michael Johnson, who reacted with disbelief and annoyance upon being stopped. Major Johnson expressed that he believed Officer Mark had no right to stop him, leading to a tense exchange between the two.
What's that? I'm trying to do my job. Okay. Check where that's attack. 22. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Seriously, go ahead. I'm going to write you a ticket out of the discretion. But you know you were speeding, so. Yep. Okay. All right. Drive safe.
Despite acknowledging his speeding, Major Johnson was let go with just a warning by Officer Mark. Shortly after being let off with a warning, Major Johnson pulled over Officer Mark, citing him for failing to signal a lane change and questioning the necessity of the initial traffic stop.
That was retaliatory and childish. When he pulled off, he pulls him over afterwards. That's childish as hell.
You seriously talking to me like that? You just failed to signal your lane change, and you also failed to make your left turn.
My left turn?
When you made your left turn off I-95 on the overpass, you didn't have your signal on. Are you seriously serious about this?
First of all, I didn't...
Peace, beloved. Peace to my brother Kyrie of the Enemy's Public.
know who you were.
I got that. What was
I was at 97 miles an hour behind you. 97.
What was my speed, Mark?
97.
What was my speed?
97.
Not a chance.
Okay.
Not a chance. I've never hit 100 in this car in my life.
Okay. You also agreed you were speeding,
Is
right?
your body camera on?
It is on.
Please make sure it is on.
It is on. It was on before.
I agreed that I was speeding. You want to write me a ticket?
No, I didn't write you
really
a ticket.
talk to me like that?
Sir, you stuck your hands out the window going, seriously?
The conversation revealed a disagreement over the details of both the current and past traffic stops, with Major Johnson insisting on his version of events.
But this is ridiculous. Seriously? And then you sit there and I'm willing to give you my driver's license.
I'm allowed to do discussion, am I not?
Mark, come on.
Do you want a ticket?
Yes, if that's what you want to give me.
That's not what I wanted to give you.
It's ridiculous that you and I are having this discussion. It's like, okay, I said, you're right. I probably was going too fast. But I'm not.
All he said was, just slow down for your safety as well as everyone else's.
That's not what you actually said.
I said, just slow down. Slow down. Do I have to say for the safety?
Remember in 2006 when you stopped me in my Tahoe and you said I was speeding on South
Yes,
Express?
Officer Adams and I, we stopped you because your vehicle matched the description of a 41 vehicle from West Palm Beach. I was involved in a shooting. You shoved your hands out the window, did the same thing, and said, seriously? You said, seriously? I'm like, we looked at each other like, are you kidding? We didn't know you were in Canton. We didn't know if this was an undercover operation. And then you start arguing with us that you weren't speeding.
You told me I was doing 45 in the 40.
No.
That's what you told me.
No. We never even got to that point. I never left my vehicle. Officer Adams was with me. We looked over the hood of our car at each other.
I'm not going to argue with you, Mark.
I'm not arguing either.
Major Johnson owned up to speeding, but criticized the manner in which Officer Mark handled the stop. The incident led to a 13-month investigation into Major Johnson's conduct, focusing on claims of unbecoming conduct and unsatisfactory performance. Ultimately, Major Johnson received a written reprimand for unsatisfactory performance. North Dakota lawmaker Republican Nico Rios was pulled over by law enforcement officers for speeding. Upon approach, the officer
I'm going to leave this here. I think I've made my point of how corrupt to the core police departments all across the United States are, how wicked they are, and how incompetent they are. They are useless. We really don't need them, because if they are the ones who are charged with maintaining law and order, with their behavior, they're useless. We don't need them. They're quick to call somebody the bad guy and refer to themselves as the good guy. And I don't see any good in them. I don't see any heroism in them. They do everything for officer safety, which is cowardice. Public safety is heroism. They don't serve the public. They serve themselves. That's why the enemy is public. That's why this channel is called The Enemy's Public, because our enemy is those who are so-called public servants. And this is not myself saying this, it's because they made it this way. They don't have to be the enemy, but they have this us against them mentality, and they expect to get respected with their behavior. Before I go, I want to thank my brother Kyrie from The Enemy's Public. I want to thank my brother Mr. West. I want to thank Sharon Walker, my brother P. Moses, my brother D. Allen Warren, my brother McCray 1000, my sister Goddess D of Love, my brother Key Norfolk, my brother Brown's Flat Power God, my brother Marco Power, my sister, the True Daughter of Darkness. Thank you for tapping in. My brother Big Dog Philly OG. Thank you all for tapping in. And my brother, Voodoo Child. Thank you for tapping in. If you haven't, hit that like button. Run this algorithm up. Until next time, this is your brother Nasir. And just know that our enemy is public. Keep our heads on a swivel. Watch out for yourselves and watch out for your brothers and your sisters. Peace.
Whether you like it or you don't like it, you love it, you hate it, one thing for damn sure, you are gonna respect it.
In public.